Grande, a colorful and interesting railroad that can trace its beginnings here to the 1870s. In 1996, the Union Pacific took control of the Southern Pacific, and this includes the former Rio Grande Tennessee Pass line. This latest rail merger has placed uncertainty on any future operations in the pass, and this video captures what may be the final phase of activities here. But before reviewing the present, we'll explore a little history of the line's beginnings. Colorado was originally an area that consisted of pieces of Kansas, Utah, and Nebraska territories. Colorado was admitted into the Union in 1876, 100 years after the country's birth. A large portion of the state consists of mountainous areas that challenge development. Most of the larger cities are east of this range, known as the Rockies. The development of Colorado was eventually boosted by mining, especially the notoriety of gold mining. The Colorado Gold Rush of 1859 was 10 years after the old California Gold Rush, which had finally run its course. This new chance for prosperity brought many Easterners and even some California 49ers to the territory. Many communities, both large and small, were formed from rugged mining camps, and we'll visit some of these smaller towns later on. Gold deposits weren't the only discoveries. Eventually, silver, copper, lead, and many other mines were developed. The mining activity brought new wealth and a need for transporting supplies in and ore out from remote places. This need was first filled by pack animals, followed by wagon teams on crude roads, and finally by railroads. The best known of these railroads was the Denver and Rio Grande, created by the efforts of General William Palmer. This line radiated all through Colorado and the challenging mountains. The original but unrealized dream was to reach El Paso, Texas, and extend the line south to a Mexican connection, and ultimately the Pacific. General Palmer worked in various capacities for the Kansas Pacific, another component of the Union Pacific Railroad, and while working there he put together a dream of a Colorado-based rail empire, including officers from his experience in the Civil War as trusted assistants. The workers would be filled from the best of the enlisted ranks, and everyone would own stock in the company. They would therefore be all well motivated and part of some utopian community or the ideal railroad. During Palmer's rail travels back east, he happened to sit across from an Eastern lawyer with financial connections. William Proctor Mellon listened with interest as Palmer outlined his plan of business and growth opportunities in Colorado. This fortunate meeting eventually brought Palmer in contact with British development money through Dr. William Bell of Liverpool. This chance meeting also provided an introduction to Palmer's future wife, Mary Lincoln Mellon, Mellon's daughter. The D&RG original building phase was all narrow gauge, since the smaller equipment was more suitable in the construction of track and mountains and narrow ravines. Bridges and tunnels also were more economical to build for the lighter, narrow gauge equipment. Ironically, the locomotive here on the point is a remnant of the ill-fated 1983 merger of the Santa Fe and the SP. The paint scheme was nicknamed the Kodachrome, based on the color of the film boxes consumed by so many rail fans taking photographs. The lettering was SPSF for Southern Pacific Santa Fe. After the terminated merger, SP quickly painted the SF initials off their locomotives, while Santa Fe painted out the SP initials. If that merger had been allowed to stand, it would be interesting to speculate the present-day ownership of the Tennessee Pass line.